Academy. I'm Brianna.
And I'm Mia. Welcome to the Cyber Tiger News Show. Today is Tuesday, May 24th, 2022.
Let's take it to Leighton for today's weather report.
Thanks guys, today's height will be at 80 degrees. It's going to be thunderstorms. Wind gusts up to 15 miles per hour, daily winds blowing south-southeast at 15 miles per hour. The low for tonight will be at 66 degrees. Sunset will be at 8:44 p.m. Back to the studio.
Thank you for today's weather. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one indivisible. Now for a moment of silence.
Breaking news. A few days ago, someone trampled on the second grade sunflower garden. Miss Power's class has been working very hard to grow their sunflowers. If you have any information on who may have destroyed the sunflower garden, please stop by the office and report them more on this story tomorrow. We have time. It's time to celebrate birthdays. On June 24th, Jafet Perez Colado and Xavier Rivera. Happy birthday.
It's time for lunch. Today's menu will be hot dogs, turkey sausage patty, French toast sticks, seasoned potato wedges, sliced cucumber, chilled diced pears, and low fat or chocolate milk.
It's now time to take it to Ed Corner.
Have you thought about what you may have to be when you grow up? Cody Angel has a special interview with a member of the U.S. Army.
Hi, my name is Staff Sergeant James Moreno. I'm a U.S. Army recruiter here in the Midland Recruiting Station here in Midland, Texas.
How long have you been in this position, industry, or field?
So I've been in the Army for about 12 years. I came in right a couple years after high school.
Oh, wow. What is a typical workday like for you?
So a typical work day, that's a really good question. 9 to 5. A lot of people think that in the Army you work 24/7, but that's not necessarily the case. You work 9 to 5 just like a regular job, and your off time is your own off time.
What type of education or training, technical knowledge, or experience is necessary for your kind of work?
So education, as long as you are a junior or a senior in good standing at your school, in high school, you can enlist. Outside of that, you can enlist with a bachelor's or an associate's degree. Neither are required, and no training is required from you. All training that you need is provided to you by the Army. And you come in with A degree, you can come in as a specialist, which is E4, so that means more rank and more pay. But then it also depends on what you're applying for. So if your degree currently is in STEM, now it changes all the time, but right now they're focusing on STEM. If you have something like that, then you can apply for what's called OCS, which is Officer Candidate School, to become an officer in the Army. And what that means is there's two sides. There's the enlisted route, and then there's the officer route. That's an application process. You do your physical, you do everything else, and then you could come in at a higher rank as long as you meet all the standards.
Oh, nice. So what type of starting position and salary would someone entering your field most likely find?
So salary question is a really good question. A lot of people usually ask that when trying to enlist. Right now, as of 2022, the base salary is around $21,000 as an entry level, and it does go up from there. Including all of that salary, there are incentives, basic allowance for housing, so there's more money to be given depending on everybody's situation.
Do you have to depend on others in order to accomplish your job?
Great question. So yes, in the Army, you do work as a team, typically 5 to 8 people, but it just really depends on what you do and what you're trying to accomplish. So for your normal task, yes, you require as a team to work together, but in order to get promoted, to progress throughout your field, a lot of that stuff is on yourself. But then you do also have mentors to look up to.
Very nice.
One of the biggest things that disqualifies people from joining is just getting in trouble. So do your best, listen to your parents, stay out of trouble. If somebody's doing something wrong, speak up and say something. But that is really what keeps people from getting into the military is medical stuff you can't really control. If there's something wrong with you, asthma or something like that, you can't control that. But the stuff that you can control, staying out of trouble and doing what you're supposed to be doing, that right there is going to help you 1,000 times over.
It's never to think about what you might want to be when you grow up. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Ed Corner. It is now time for our daily riddle. You can touch me, but I can't touch you back. You can see me, but I only reflect you and can never reject you. What am I?
If you think you know the answer, stop by the Con Lab. If you guess correctly, you receive a dojo point.
This concludes today's edition of the Cyber Tiger News. I'm Mia.
And I'm Brianna. Weather was by Layton, at Corner by Yvette and Charlie.
Have a tigerific day.
Woo!